Outperform, which includes Abhishek and I, have been working with Sharath and his team for a considerable amount of time. What we realized, we both come from, Abhishek and I both come from a sports science, sports rehabilitation, performance enhancement perspective. We're both sports scientists. We both like athletes performing at their highest level. Many a times in Indian football or generally in Indian sport, we find that our athletes perform well, but at some point they get injured, and then after that injury they don't get back onto the field at all because their injury has not been rehabilitated correctly. And one of the points that Sharath and I and Mr. Shahji have been constantly working with as a team is to see how well can we train them, how much can we push them, at the same time not push them overboard. Our enthusiasm to train them shouldn't become their downfall. That's number one. Number two, so that's an injury prevention methodology that we put together for coaching itself. In football, we also like to keep learning new skills. Like in any sport, skill is the most important part of a sport. So when you're learning skills, there is always some aspect or some things that you do that can cause injury, and how do we prevent that is another aspect that we look at. The third is how do we match prepare. We have games every week or every so frequently. How do we prepare for those? How do we peak for those performances? These are things that the coach and the administration requires as a support staff. Most often than not, coaches don't get this kind of a support throughout the year. They may get it from time to time. Whereas what Sharath has been successful in doing is to bring together this aspect of performance coaching as well as support system for the performance from a sports science perspective. That is what is most crucial, both in the development side of the football as well as in the club side, which is the performance side of the football. Because some of our players will just jump up to performance. So if we don't handhold them, we find that we don't necessarily serve our players to the best ability as possible. That is what we do.